Nnamdi Kanu Blāst Nigerian Army, saying they lack focus. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, yesterday said that Nigeria and its armed forces cannot win the fight against Boko people insurgents because they lack focus in their legitimate duty. He also alleged that the Nigerian army has turned soldiers into policemen, manning multiple checkpoints in the peaceful south where they are collecting bribes at road blocks when they ought to be in the north fighting the terror groups. Reacting to a statement credited to the President of Chad Republic, Idris Deby, that Nigeria is absent in the fight against Boko people, Mazi Kanu alleged that the Nigerian armed forces cannot concentrate in their legitimate work because they are busy perpetrating unprofessional conduct. He said that it will be impossible for the army to defeat the insurgents in the north because Nigeria as a country has never won any war on its own without help. Without Britain, Russia and Egypt, Nigeria could not have prevailed over Biafra. How therefore can any sensible person expect them to defeat Boko people? How can Nigerian army be present when they are busy looking for other things? How can Buratai, Nigerian army, be present when they are busy invading homes of innocent civilians and looking for unarmed citizens to deal with? Nigerian army cannot be present to fight Boko people and other insurgents when they have turned soldiers into policemen, manning multiple checkpoints in the peaceful south, collecting bribe with POS at roadblocks when they ought to be in the north fighting the terror group there. Nigerian army cannot be present when it is made up of the same terrorists they are expected to fight. Nigeria has never won any war on its own without outside help. Without Britain, Russia, and Egypt, they could not have prevailed over Biafra. How, therefore, can any sensible person expect them to defeat Boko people? Thank you for listening to this news. That is just the reality, my viewers. Nigerian has never for once believed in itself. And that is the main reason why till today we still exist in the LDCs. We still remain as a developing country, not a developed country. So for you that is thinking that, or that is still thinking that Nigerian is a developed country, believe you me, you still need to rethink about it and do your proper findings. Nigerian still belong to the LDCs. We still belong to a developing country. We are still working towards development. And I don't know how that can be possible when we are still when we are still believing or when we are still relying so much for survival for survival from other countries. How can that be possible? Believe you me, with the too much and too many reliance on other countries, we cannot gain development that fast. So Nigeria need to work on itself. We have a lot to do. Our table need to be properly cleared. Nigeria need to sit upright and start working on things. You understand? So we are not doing what we we ought to be doing well, because a word they say, "What doing is what doing well," but in Nigeria, it never like that. The reverse is the case. So it is clear, and it is just a fact that Nigerian cannot defeat Boko people, because we put so much reliance on people. You can hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saying it. He said it clearly that if not for the help of the Britain, Russia, and Egypt, Nigeria wouldn't have succeeded in defeating the Biafrans. And that is just the truth. That is the truth. And even till today, Nigeria is still seeking for the help of international country. Not quite long that President Buhari demanded for a loan of how much, that was splitted to some location, and the Igbos were exempted. We have never believed on ourselves. We have never believed that we can make it. We believe that yes, it's going to be the Igbos. It's going to be we can succeed if we can call on Mr. A, or if we can call on Mr. B to assist us on this, on that, on that, on this. Don't we have the brain to think? Don't we have the brain to sprout out ideas? The United States that you see today, that is a world power. What do you think? Um, they got it under one day. They work on it. They start working on it, but then they became that world power under one day. But they started working on that for some time. So we need to start working on our own too. You know you want to defeat Boko people, then you still need to start working on that. It's not a day job. No home is built on a day at all. The Boko people are not just an ordinary meat that is easy to chew. You need to map out strategies. You need to look into your maps, initiate ideas, sprout out ideas, then stretch out your tentacles. If it's possible, you can go on training for security. Yeah, not that we don't have uh, reliable forces, but we lack this intelligence, the intelligence to do the right thing, to put things right, to put things straight. We lack them, and because we lack this intelligence, definitely they will use this to trap us down and to hold us down. And that is why till today Nigeria is still lamenting of Boko people disturbing the country. Why? For how long